New at 5 for you, an update to a story that we brought you yesterday. Officers from multiple police departments and a hospital are being sued
after a man was arrested in October following a traffic stop. Megan Hartnett spoke with the man's son and attorney. Megan, what led up to this lawsuit?
Kaylee, Jeff, the lawsuit alleges there was excessive use of force by police officers against Mark Silva, a man who was pulled over last year for a traffic stop. It also alleges improper medical response by Mercy Health St. Charles. Silva's son says the way his father was treated was wrong and inhumane. And a warning, this video may be difficult for some people to watch, so viewer discretion is advised.
Oh! Put your hands in front of you.
What you're seeing is video from the night Mark Silva was stopped by Genoa police on October 15th of last year.
It's just like a bad dream, you can't wake her out of, and just, we just want justice.
He was in the midst of a mental health episode, and this was immediately apparent to anybody who would have seen him at the time, including the officers, and they were notified of that.
Silva's attorney says police took him to a hospital for evaluation. Following that, an officer from the Genoa Police Department was escorting him back to a cruiser.
Mr. Silva was still in this altered mental state at the time, and so when he began to kind of meander away.
This is when attorney Jacqueline Green says Silva was tased multiple times. Backup from Oregon PD arrived. Silva was restrained and eventually became unresponsive.
Silva.
Body camera footage shows an AED was brought out but never used.
They didn't immediately begin CPR, chest compressions, or anything like that. They sat there and kind of talked for a little bit. Eventually, a hospital employee was made aware of what was going on, and some people from the hospital came out.
Green says it wasn't until Silva was brought into the hospital and in a room that chest compressions began. She says his brain was deprived of oxygen for a long time.
He remains in an unresponsive state. He's neurologically unresponsive, and he's hospitalized. He requires round-the-clock care.
Mark Silva Jr., his son, is now his guardian.
Luckily, we have, a very big, loving family. And so, everybody does their part as well.
The lawsuit was just filed, so Green says this case could take years. For the family, the goal is justice and accountability.
For this not to happen to anybody else, and their family, it's been a nightmare ever since this incident.
The Oregon Police Chief released a statement saying the Oregon Police Division denies any wrongdoing in this matter, and we will contest the claims through the proper proceedings. And a Mercy Health representative says Mercy Health does not comment on pending litigation. We have reached out to the Genoa Police Department and are still waiting to hear back. Reporting in studio, Megan Hartnett, WTOL 11.